Relationships can be difficult, so when we find ourselves at odds with our partners, we frequently seek out advice from friends and family. The advice that they give us aren't always good for you though. Even some of the most frequently mentioned recommendations could possibly do more harm than good. To help you determine what to take to heart and what to toss out of your mind, we are going to be looking at 10 relationship tips that are actually bad advice. Number 1. Your perfect match is out there. Let's get this straight. There is no such thing as a perfect person or a perfect partner. Every single person you will meet is going to have flaws. Once you accept this, you may find that one person that's not perfect, but is just right for you. Number 2, play hard to get. Most of the time, playing hard to get means that both of you are going to end up alone. The dating world is very competitive, so only a few people have the time to constantly pursue someone who is not showing any interest. If you don't play the playing hard to get game, you'll be giving yourself many more opportunities with people you otherwise might have missed out on. Number 3, let them make the first move. Waiting for someone else to make the first move will often just leave you waiting. The amount of people in the world that waits for the other person to make the first move or demonstrate interest first is crazy. I can admit I was just like this before, but now I realize that it's not a good idea to do that. I know it takes courage to make the first move, but you will be shocked by how much this will improve your dating life. A wise man once said, "Fortune favors the bold in love more than any other endeavor." Number 4, your significant other can change. It is true that people can change over time, but this can only happen if it's self-motivated. You should never go into a long-term relationship, especially marriage, thinking you're going to change them. Although relationships grow and evolve, people just have certain personality traits and ways that will never change. Number 5, children will save your relationship. If your relationship is already going bad, having a child will not make those problems go away. Issues may be overshadowed by the excitement of a baby, but those same issues will resurface again. When they do, it will be even 10 times worse now that you have a baby in the picture. Number 6, never go to bed angry. It's always better to take some time to chill out before you discuss something you're really mad about. When things get heated, people tend to say things that they don't always mean. Sleeping on it can give you that necessary time to cool off. Also, most of the time, whatever it was might not seem as big when you wake up. Number 7, age is just a number. Yes, there are relationships with age gaps that work out really good, but there are many that don't work out because of age differences. Dating someone close to your age has huge benefits. One of the biggest ones is couples closer to age tend to be happier. The reason why is because they tend to have the same cultural references, interest, and grow into new life stages like getting old at the same time. Number 8, it's better to keep your finances separate. Sure, it's a good idea to have an emergency stash of money just in case that the worst scenario happens, but when you keep all your funds separate, it could be a mistake. When you're first dating or in a new relationship, it's 100% right to keep your bank account separate. But once you're married or in a committed long-term relationship, couples are most successful when they combine forces and have real conversations about how they're using their money as a team. Having separate accounts that the other person isn't allowed to touch is just a way of avoiding difficult conversations about trust, respect, and boundaries in a relationship. Eventually that issue will come up in another way. Number 9, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Many friends and family members love to warn someone not to bank on a particular relationship working out. This advice is a big problem for those couples who are serious. This usually encourages them to pretty much prepare for the end of the relationship before it actually does. How can you really expect to make a happy home if you have one foot in and one foot out the door? Lastly, number 10, it's a good sign if you don't argue. Although it's toxic to argue all the time, it's just as toxic not to argue at all. If couples don't ever have any disagreements, they're likely not expressing important ideas or needs. It's extremely important to have discussions about your relationship needs and concerns. No two people have the same goals and needs, so it's normal to have disagreements about things. When couples remain silent or agree with important needs and issues, they can easily begin to hate the relationship because their needs and viewpoints aren't being considered at all. So when you're going into a relationship, make sure you keep all these things in mind when your friends and family try to give you advice. Thank you for watching. If you like this video and want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and leave a like. Peace.